Everybody have a good lunch? This means yes. This means no. All right. What we're going to do now is we're going to continue to work on more general negativity clearing techniques, but now we're going to start using a little bit more alternative forms of induction to get there. So now what will happen is instead of using the 4 magic bullets as your induction, you will use them as deepeners. So once you put them into trance using an instant or a rapid induction, you can use aspects of the 4 magic bullets as ways to deepen the trance. There are only a few principles that govern all instant inductions. Okay? So in the world according to David, and pretty much most of the hypnosis world, this is kind of how things are structured. You have your standard inductions. You have your rapid inductions. You have instant inductions. You have confusion inductions. You have what I call non-inductions. You also have the phenomena of what we call waking hypnosis. You saw waking hypnosis when I came up, did Seth, and with Seth and did the eye lock. That's where you walk up to somebody and just blatantly blast their conscious mind into submission. Right? You just take over. Okay? Instant and rapid inductions are arbitrary because in the orthodox hypnosis world, a rapid induction is less than 4 minutes. In other words, if you can get them from operating consciousness to somnambulism in 0 to 4 minutes, or in 4 minutes or under, it's considered a rapid induction. If you can do it in less than 2 minutes, it's considered an instant induction. Okay? To me, taking 4 minutes to put somebody in a profound state of somnambulism is just too fucking slow. Okay? But it's still really, really fast by most people's standards. Okay? Within the realm of instant inductions, by the way, your 4 magic bullets, your Elman induction, and we'll do this one probably later, the hand drop induction. Most people would classify as rapid. The way we do them, they would probably classify as instant, based on the 4-minute, 2-minute rule. Right? Within the realm of instant inductions, you have another category of induction, or subcategory, called shock inductions. Okay. Shock inductions generally rely on an extreme injection of 2 primary principles. And by the way, these are the 2 principles that govern pretty much every instant induction, bar none. It's just the manifestations take place differently, but they're the same principle. You got these? Okay. Principle number 1. Sudden loss of mental or physical equilibrium. In other words, some inductions will rely more on a physical, can I use you? Harry? Real quick. Put your feet flat on the floor in front of you. Make sure they're nice and braced. So, some inductions rely on physical loss of equilibrium. So if you just shake my hand, sleep, deep sleep, all the way down, deeper and deeper with every breath you take, every beat of your heart. You're just going down deeper and deeper, Perry. All the wonderful suggestions, all the wonderful experiences that you've had with everybody up to this point are now magnified, amplified 1,000 times, getting stronger and stronger with every breath you take, every beat of your heart. In a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. When I reach the number 5, you'll emerge from this state only at the rate and speed that you feel 100%, 1,000%, a gazillion percent better than ever before. And you know that for as long as your heart continues to beat, for as long as you continue to breathe and your blood continues to move through your veins, you're only going to get better. 1, feel yourself returning to this place we call reality, bringing with you a brand new reality, a reality where your body is on a perpetual slide towards ever-increasing health, wealth, and abundance. Everything in your life is lining up, reorganizing, changing perspectives to allow you to have the level of enjoyment, wealth, health, and success that you've always wanted. The ability to express yourself clearly, powerfully, assertively, confidently, and most importantly, certainly, expressing your way in the most diplomatic and effective way that gets your feelings out and your point across in a way that's the most efficient and effective for the situation. Number 2, all of my suggestions from me to your unconscious mind are now 10 times more powerful, 10 times more permanent than ever before, and they only get better. Number 3, always at least 3 ways to overcome any situation, obstacle, or circumstance. Always at least 3 solutions to any problem you need to solve in your other than conscious mind will now easily, effortlessly, and automatically find those 3 solutions in the quickest, easiest, most effective way for the good of yourself and all concerned. Number 4, because it's all for you, Perry. You've made the investment. You've done the work. You've done the drills. You own the skills. Life only gets better. And it's true for you now. On the next count, you can emerge from this state only at the rate and speed that you fully embody and actualize all of the skills, knowledge, and abilities that you acquired so far in a way that will only get better over time. Feeling amazing in body and mind. Number 5, take your time. Come on back. Oh, how good are you feeling, amigo? All right. So what happened? We shook his hand. I braced him. Jerk. Sudden loss of physical equilibrium combined with a startling sudden command. Okay?
Did he actually lose equilibrium?
Yeah, because he did that, right? He went again. Right? That sudden jerk is a loss of physical equilibrium. Okay. Right? Okay? Notice once I got him in that position, I just started rocking him. I kept talking. Right? So the rocking does 2 things. It does disrupt the equilibrium, but it also creates a very soothing lullaby effect. Even now, he's already going in. Okay?
Is he aware of the whole thing that happened?
He has no fucking clue what's going on. He thinks he's wide awake. Right?
I heard you.
You heard me. Right? And yet he's here. The whole time, right? Happy as a clam. Right?
I've seen different colors flashing.
Okay. Very good. Give him a big round of applause. Now, again, that was just the induction. But you see how fast, how quickly, right? The secret is, once you got in there, you keep talking. Just keep telling them where to go. I could have fractionated them. I could have, any one of them 4 magic bullets I could have used. I could do eye catalepsy. I could have done, the fractionation probably would have been the one of choice. I would not open your eyes, close your eyes. Open your eyes, close your eyes. Right? Hassan, come here. So that's physical equilibrium. Okay? Sit. This one is kind of a funny one. You want to get tranced out? Yeah. He's like, no problem there, boss. All right, actually, stand up for a second. I'm going to change the position a little bit just because I need to stand in front of you to do some of this. Sit. So what's going to happen now is I want you to hold your hands out in front of you, kind of like this, right? And I want you to begin to move your hands this way. Focus on the hands spinning. Every time I snap my fingers or say switch, I want you to switch the direction they're spinning. All right? So I want you to switch, 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 sleep. Deep sleep all the way down, deeper and deeper with every breath you take. Every beat of your heart going 10 times deeper than ever before. 10 times more powerfully into trance. Even though my hands are a little cold, you take comfort in that because you know how cool I am. And you know how cool the suggestions you're getting are and how much they're going to improve your life. And now you're happier and happier. You're feeling more and more joy welling up from the place in your body where joy lives. And all of the suggestions you heard me give to Perry, all the suggestions you've heard me give to every other person who sits in the hypnosis chair are now 1,000 times more true for you. You're going to find that as the days progress, as you learn more and more about hypnosis, you're going to find you're going to go into trance easier, faster, quicker, and have better results than ever before. And when you get out into the real world, out into the external environment, your skills are going to amplify. They're going to multiply because you'll suddenly realize that everyone out there has no clue what you know, and they're ripe and easy targets, easy subjects, so you can play without getting caught. You can play and make people's lives better with or without them knowing it, and you can feel good about yourself because you took the time and made the investment to learn skills that help people and help you because you're a people and you count. And you deserve all the good things life has to offer. In a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. You'll emerge from this state only at the rate and speed that you know you've got it. You know it's just going to get better, and you feel absolutely wonderful inside. 1. Feel yourself returning to this place we call reality, bringing with you a brand new reality, a reality where you're the master of change. A reality where you're the one who can take control of your own inner transformations and custom design who you are, who you want to be, and the results you want in your life. Allowing that other than conscious part of you, that part of you that's connected to all the data in your environment, all the data from your higher minds, your lower minds, your senses, the ones you're conscious of, the ones you're unconscious of, begins to coalesce, analyzed, amplified, and giving you the right ideas the right time to take the actions that result in the results that you want. 2, all of my suggestions from me to you are now 10 times more powerful, 10 times more unstoppable, and they only get better. 3, just like when I was talking to Perry, always at least 3 ways to overcome any situation, obstacle, or circumstance that you may face. Always at least 3 solutions to any problem you need to solve. And your amazing, creative, problem-solving faculties of your unconscious mind will now go on overdrive to quickly, easily, automatically generate the solutions you want and need in the fastest, most efficient, most effective way possible for the good of yourself and all concerned. Number 4, because it's all for you, my friend. Because just like Perry, just like everyone else in this room, you made the investment in you. You chose to become the person who deserves to have the results they want in life. And it's true for you now. On the next count, you can emerge from this state feeling the most intense joy of your life, realizing it's only going to get better, and only at the rate and speed that you already know you own these skills. Number 5, take your time. Come on back. That's a confusion induction. Why? Because he's tracking this consciously, and all of a sudden he doesn't know which way to go. At that moment of mental confusion, boom, sudden startling command, down he goes. Give me a round of applause.
But again, they're totally aware of this whole situation.
Well, they're awake. They're not dead, you know.
No, awake.
But the critical factor just goes bye-bye. Okay, it's just, and they're happy. They're feeling good. Right? So, what do we got? Mental equilibrium, physical equilibrium. Jeff, you're turning the barrel.
valley of death.
No, it's not physical. What is it?
Actually, what you saw there was actually a combination of a confusion induction along with loss of mental equilibrium. Okay? Many times, mental equilibrium can be simply they expect one thing and get another. Right? So, I don't do a lot of confusion induction because they take time. Right? So, how would you like to go into trance today? Sleep. Deep sleep all the way down, deeper and deeper with every breath you take. Every beat of your heart, Jeff. You're just feeling better and better and better. That's right. The gentle swaying allows you to go even deeper, and every time you go deeper, you get better. Every time you go deeper, your life improves more and more and more. And all of the suggestions you've heard me give to everyone in the room, well, they're just as true for you now. Being filed and organized in the places in your mind, in your body, and in your life where they'll do the most good, where they'll get you the most bang for your buck, the most return on your investment. In a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, I'm going to count up from 1 to 5. When I reach the number 5, you'll emerge from this state only at the rate and speed that you know you're 10 times better than everybody else in the room. And feeling that desire to strut your stuff and go out in the world and hypnotize people, starting with yourself, and custom create the life you want the way you want it. Because not only do you understand that it's now possible for you, you also realize that you actually have the tools to make it happen. You actually have the tools to free yourself of the past, to program events in your future, to borrow the genius of other people, install their skills deeply into your mind and body, and express them in a way that's appropriate, effective, and uniquely yours. In a moment, not yet, but in just a moment. 1, feel yourself returning to this place we call reality, bringing with you a brand new reality. A reality where you're the one that knows how to do this. A reality where you're the one that can make change happen. Instantly, effortlessly, automatically, because just like the pipe fitter, just like the boiler master, you know where to tap. You know where to go. It's true for you now. 2, all of my suggestions from me to you, from you to your unconscious mind now, 10 times more powerful, 10 times more effective, 10 times more permanent. And every time you close your eyes with the intention of going into trance, whether it's on your own, doing self-hypnosis, or with a partner or me, you're going to find you're going to go 10 times deeper than the time before. And every suggestion you've ever been given that's for your highest good, that only improves your life, is going to be 10 times more powerful each and every time. For as long as your heart continues to beat, for as long as your lungs continue to move oxygen, you will continue to improve in every possible way. Number 3, just like Perry, just like Hassan, always at least 3 ways to overcome any situation, obstacle, or circumstance that you may face. Always at least 3 solutions to any problem you need to solve, and your unconscious mind will now easily, effortlessly, automatically generate those solutions in the quickest, easiest, most powerful way for the good of yourself and all concerned. Now, number 4. Because Jeff, you deserve it, my brother. You've done the work. You've made the investments. And it's true for you now. On the next count, you can emerge from this state only at the rate and speed that you know you've got it. Only at the rate and speed that you realize now that all the learnings, all the trainings, either with me or with other people, are now no longer conceptual for you. They're real, they're operational, they're active, and you can do it anytime, any place, for any reason. Number 5, take your time, come on back, only at the rate and speed that you know you've got it. You smoked a spleef, didn't you, brother? How was that?
Good.
That was good, huh? Right? Never let them see you coming. Okay? That was also a form of loss of mental equilibrium, right? They expected one thing. I interrupted their pattern. Sudden startling command. right? You guys saw me do this to a couple of poor schmucks out in Vegas, right? If you watch some of our home study courses, you'll see me zapping Seth left and right. And then I come back and I go, sleep. And it looks like I cut his head off because the head just disappears off camera. All right, give him a big round of applause. The secret to these is no blips on the radar. When you see people who are learning and practicing instant inductions, they telegraph it. Okay? When you're going to, let me use, Seth, let me just use you real quick because you're close and your mouth is full. So let's say I'm going to do an instant induction on Seth. All right. Normally, when I zap you, just let your feet remain strong beneath you. Okay. Normally, sleep, deep sleep all the way down, deeper and deeper. Every breath you take, every beat of your heart. That's all right. Even though you sway and you rock and you bob and you weave, your feet will remain strong beneath you, even as you go deeper and deeper and deeper. Now, you can hold yourself up and go deeper and deeper. I'm going to take my hand off your neck while I talk to the audience. The next time I touch your neck, you'll know I'm talking to you. In the meantime, you can just continue to feel gooder and gooder, better and better. Okay. So what I did here, again, was the same thing I did with Jeff, was that I started to go in a certain direction and sleep. Boom. Right out of the way, right? Never let them see you coming. What will happen more often than not is when people are going to create an instant induction, they have to psych themselves up first.
That's a clue.
Oh yeah, because you'll see it. There'll be 2 to 3 seconds before they do it. You go, right? 1, 2, 3, eyes open, wide awake. All of the suggestions that I've given to everybody in this room up to this point, 1,000 times better for you. Noticing how good you feel. Hallelujah! 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 Boom!
I felt great until the singing started.
So that's what I just did when I zapped him in this trance. The whole very matter of all of a sudden, boom, right? That's what I want you to work towards. What you will see more often than not when people go to do an instant induction is this. Sleep! All right? It's like holding it a big fucking sign. Right? And he knows it. All right? Depending on how intense you come at him or whatever, how good a trance subject he is, how much he trusts you, he may go. More often than not, they pop right out of it because they see it coming.
Those will pop you in the mouth.
I've had that happen too. By the way, doing an instant induction without permission is called assault. Okay? We have laws for that. Right, thanks, Seth. All right. So the 2 principles that you need to understand, and there are only 2. They really are. Maybe 3. Maybe 3. 1, sudden loss of physical or mental equilibrium combined with a sudden, startling, not necessarily startling, but a sudden command. Best one for us is usually sleep. Okay? You, come on up here. Sudden does not necessarily, have a seat. Sudden does not necessarily mean loud, violent. Okay? It can just as easily be sleep. Deep sleep all the way down, deeper and deeper, every beat, all the way down, deeper and deeper down. Just that. Doesn't have to be violent. I'll do the violent one next. Okay? So, Bob, since I know you've been deeply paying attention through this whole process, all of the suggestions that I've given to everybody else are only as true for you as you can go 10 times deeper than you are now. And the deeper you go, the more rapidly these suggestions begin to integrate, to assimilate into every level of your body and mind. That's right. Just like that. As you let go, letting yourself have permission to learn things unconsciously.
to understand things from a different perspective, to let all of the knowledge and information with me and from other teachers that you've acquired begin to find their proper place inside, begin to organize themselves in a way that gives you new understandings, new perspectives, new ways to operationalize and actualize everything you want in life. As your perceptions and understandings of this information continues to shift, you'll notice those shifts rippling and changing out into every level of body and mind. Things you'll be conscious of, and most importantly, the things you'll be unconscious of that will cause you to have the opportunities, the ideas, the insights into everything that you want in life. Everything that you want. The power to get them is already inside of you. It just takes a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of reorganizing, and those things will become powerful, unstoppable, motivating, inspiring, giving you the abilities to make what you want happen the way you want. Sometimes in ways that'll surprise you. Sometimes in ways that are even better than you expected. Always understanding that sometimes when things don't work out the way we expect, it's only because there's a better way coming. There was information that needed to be worked out that allows things to manifest slightly differently, but always for your highest good. Now, in a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. And just like you've seen so many times, all of my suggestions from me to you, from you to your unconscious mind, are now 1,000 times more powerful, 1,000 times more effective and permanent within you. All the suggestions you've heard me give to everybody in the room now doubly effective for you. Only getting stronger for as long as your heart continues to beat and your blood continues to circulate throughout your body. Always at least 3 solutions to any problem you need to solve. 1. Feel yourself returning to this place we call reality, bringing with you a brand new reality, a reality where you're the one who understands how to do this. You're the one who understands how to let go, how to let the unconscious mind express what needs to be expressed based not just on the conscious information that you have, but the unconscious information that your other mind already understands in a way that allows you to get your outcome, no matter what. Number 2, all of my suggestions from me to you to your unconscious mind, 10 times more powerful than ever before. 3, well, you know what 3 means. Always at least 3 solutions to any problem. 3 ways to solve any situation you have to deal with. Your unconscious mind knows how to solve problems, knows how to be creative, and will generate those in the most efficient way possible. Number 4, because just like everybody here, it's all for you. You're the one that knows how to do this. You've made the investment. You deserve to become the person that these things can happen to. And it's already happening now. In the next count, you can open your eyes and emerge from this state only at the rate and speed that you unconsciously know and then consciously realize you've got it. Number 5, take your time. Come on back. Good, good, good. Good round of applause. So notice with him, I was very, very gentle, yet instant, right? I just kept talking, told him where the goodies were, where the rewards are, and he said, oh, I want that. Right? He has certain materialistic needs.
Sorry?
Sorry, I was quoting Real Genius, the movie, Val Kilmer. You guys remember that one? Oh, go rent it. It's from the 80s. Right? So the whole idea here is there's only 2 principles, really, plus 1. Sudden startling command, loss of physical, mental equilibrium, keep talking. Just keep talking.
So you don't have to go through the other, like catalyst.
That's for deepening.
Okay.
In this particular context, the induction is what you've seen me do. Sleep, sleep, sleep,
Look here, sleep. Right? Barb, come here. One more. Actually, I'll do one for everybody. Since I got... But what I want you to do now is bells and whistles aside, what I want you to notice is what principles I'm applying in every situation, in every induction. Okay? Keep your feet in front of you, young lady. Thank you. This one's called, have you seen the magic finger induction?
Is that the island?
No, that's the eye lock.
I like, no,
You sure?
I have. It's been a long time.
Now I can't see it.
No, I can't.
You sure? Okay. You see this finger? Sleep. Deep sleep all the way down, deeper and deeper with every breath you take. Every beat of your heart, Barbara, you're just relaxing 1,000 times deeper than ever before. That's right. In a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, I'm going to bring your head back into the desk like that, and you'll just go 10 times deeper, letting your body become very comfortable in the chair, very relaxed. Feel that sense of inner joy that comes from knowing at the deepest level that you're transforming from the inside out. That all of that wonderful chakra peroxide is percolating and bubbling and cleansing every part of you that wants and needs cleansing. Every part that chakra is connected to, that's right. You can feel the tingle, tingle, tingle. You can feel the bubble, bubble, bubble. You can feel the lightness pervading every level of your body and mind. And because you've been such a great subject and a supporter of what we do here, every suggestion that you've heard up to now and every suggestion that you hear me give other people that is useful for you, that only makes your life better, is now 1,000 times more powerful. And will only get stronger and stronger and stronger. In fact, as a result of the work we're doing here this weekend, you're going to discover some other amazing transformations as well. Not only will your heart and mind begin to transform, but as your heart and mind begin to transform, as you begin to let go of the baggage, of the stuff that you've been carrying around, stuff that you didn't ask for, stuff that people programmed in, without your consent, without your knowledge. You'll find that just like those antibodies can build up, like I can immunize and inoculate. Who was it I immunized and inoculated? Was that Bob? You get the same inoculation. You'll find that your mind and your body begins to expel any program that was placed in there without your consent, without your knowledge. It'll begin to expel them, to change them, to modify them so that you become the person you want to be. You become the person who deserves the life you've always imagined. And the interesting thing about becoming the person who deserves the life you've always imagined is that as you change from the inside out, the person you are, what you're capable of imagining changes too. So you may be surprised to find that your life actually gets better than you anticipated, because the person you'll be in the next few moments is far different than the person you are now, who will be far different from the person you'll be when you emerge from this trance, bringing all of these wonderful new insights and programs with you. You'll find your body begins to change and adapt, moving more and more towards your ideal size and body shape. Your health and organs continue to improve, growing healthier, stronger, even younger, as you continue to evolve from the inside out. It's my gift to you for being such a great person, for being the person who's made the investment in themselves, who's followed the instructions, and deserves the rewards. Because the beautiful thing, as painful as many of the things we've had in our life have been, we have gained tremendous wisdom from them. We've also gained tremendous compassion. And because of the life you've led up to this point, you now have the power, the wisdom, the understanding to relate and communicate to people in a way that gets them free faster. So as you become more free, moving rapidly now, towards the life you've always wanted, towards the life you've always dreamed of, you'll bring with you
the ability, the power, and the knowledge and wisdom to help other people do the same. That's my gift to you. Now, in a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. When I reach the number 5, you'll emerge from this state only at the rate and speed that you know you've got it, that you know it's inevitable, it's unstoppable. And even though there will be things in life that you don't anticipate, sometimes less than positive things, you'll find that those experiences and those events have almost no power over you any longer. Like you're immunized, inoculated. Like there's a sheet of Teflon that surrounds you, and these things are ping, ping, ping. They bounce off like pebbles against a brick wall. And you're different now, from the inside out. Only getting better as time goes on. 1, feel yourself emerging, bringing all these suggestions with you. 2, all my suggestions from me to you, from you to your unconscious mind, are now 10 times more powerful, 10 times more irresistible, always coming from a place in your mind 10 times stronger than any other part. Number 3, well, you know what 3 means. You've been doing it long enough. And it only gets easier. Number 4, we all know what that means too, don't we? It's all for you, Barb. You've made the investment. You've done the due diligence. You deserve the rewards. It's true for you now. On the next count, you can emerge feeling amazing, noticing a vitality, a rejuvenation, a longevity percolating all throughout every level of body and mind that only gets better. Number 5, take your time. Come on back only at the rate and speed that you know you've got it. Hallelujah. Bells and whistles, baby. Give her a big round of applause. Okay. How'd you like the magic finger?
I liked it.
You like that? Come here, Christine.
That's a version of the pull my finger one?
Well, that's an odor induction. The stench trancing. This next one's kind of cool. This one's called Which Way Did He Go, George?
The what?
Which Way Did He Go, George?
Which way did he go?
Guys, ever watch Bugs Bunny? You know that one scene where the guy, the chicken or whatever it is, the Sylvester or whatever it is, gets blown up? He goes, "Ah, which way did he go, George? Which way did he go?" And Bugs goes, "He went that way." "Oh, thanks a lot, George." Right? So here's what I want you to do. Let's turn sideways so you can see this one.
Okay.
Some of these are better in profile. Right? So, look at my fingers. And I want you to follow them. Okay? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Sleep. Deep sleep all the way down, deeper and deeper with every breath you take. Every beat of your heart, Christine, just going deeper and deeper. No matter how deep you go, you'll remain solid in the chair. But it's almost like your butt is plastered to that chair and you couldn't get out of it if you wanted to. Deeper and deeper. Now, Christine, you are such a great student, such a great student. I'm going to give you a really special gift. You're going to find that as days and weeks go by, you are going to be an unstoppable, unbeatable hypnotist. You're going to find that you'll instantly gain insight into everyone's problems, where they start, what to do about it, and what to say to make the most rapid, powerful, positive changes possible. And the person that this will work best for is you. You'll find that when you go to find yourself, and you go to give yourself transformation work, everything you do is 10 times more effective. 10 times more effective. 10 times more effective. You do it yourself. The key to running a business. Keep creating and designing the life you want, the way you want it. I would suggest you every week up to this point are now 10 times more true for you. And your life will be more successful. relationships, your life, your family life, and slowly you'll start gaining deep knowing what to say, when to say it, and how. And life will just get better and better for you. Now, for a moment, I want you to use an amazing imagination of yours. And we're going to play a really interesting game. In a moment, in through the top of your head, beautiful, green liquid flows down deep muscles in the skin of your face. Something amazing. It begins to soften the muscles. It begins to hydrate the skin. It begins to rejuvenate the body. And it's almost like it's making you younger, more vibrant, more youthful, more beautiful than ever before. In fact, it's peeling back the years from your face and from the rest of you. And you can feel it, almost like, you know the noise the Alka-Seltzer tablets make when you drop them in the water and it's fizzy? You almost hear that and feel that fizziness as it tingles all over your skin, tingles underneath the surface of your facial muscles, causing the muscles to soften, causing the skin to tighten in just the right places, pulling them nice and taut and healthy glow, healthy oxygenation, youthful, vibrant, 20 years younger, maybe 30 years younger, better and better. Every day improving more and more. Because you have an amazing talent. You're very good at trance. You're very good at letting your unconscious mind do things most people would think are impossible. And that's my gift to you. The gift of eternal youth. The gift of vibrant health and longevity, as well as the ability to easily, naturally, automatically help the people who most need you, including yourself. On the next when I count from 1 to 5, you'll emerge from this state only at the rate and speed. You know you've got it. You know you're a bazillion times better than before you got in the chair. Able to easily hypnotize people under any circumstance, under any situation, to help people get the changes they want, the changes they need, in a way that's right and natural. Number 1. Feel yourself returning to this place we call reality, bringing with you a brand new reality. A reality where you're the one who knows how to do this. You're the one that opens the floodgates to your pure hypnotic power and potential. Where you're the one who exudes a hypnotic aura that just draws people in and causes people to want to do what you say. It's just automatic. It's just natural. Number 2. All of my suggestions from me to you, from you to your unconscious mind, now 10 times more powerful than ever before. 10 times more automatic. 10 times more permanent. 3. Well, we all know what 3 means, don't we? Solve them problems. Fast, easy, effective, automatic. Number 4. We all deserve it. Everyone in this room, especially you. You deserve the change. You've made the investment. You're doing the work. You deserve the rewards. It's true for you now. On the next count, you can emerge only at the rate and speed. Hey, you know you've got it. In body and in mind. Number 5.
Hallelujah!
You surely understand women, don't you?
Give her a big round of applause, guys. All right. As if I have to say this or ask this, what are the common denominators in every single thing I did? I just talked. Were you in trance too? Yeah. You were all hijacking everybody's trance. I know how you guys think, all right? I have been you. What's the first thing we do? Okay, loss of physical or mental equilibrium, right? Next thing?
Sudden command.
Sudden command. And keep talking. You got it. And rocking. Rocking is good. The one thing that I do in most of my inductions, I pretty much always have a hand on the back of the neck. Whether I'm physically rocking them or not, but I'm monitoring the level of tension in the neck. That's my barometer. That's how I know when they're going up, when they're going down. A lot of times, if I want them to go deeper, if I feel that they're just hovering just below the surface, I will give them a little bit of a carrot. Say, and the deeper you go, the more rapidly you get all the things you want. And they go, oh. Right? There's nothing wrong with doing that, right? Because remember, unless they have a vested interest in following your instructions, right, you run the risk of reactance, right? Remember, an instant and rapid induction is only a gateway into trance. How far they go through that gate, that's not the issue. Once they're through the gate, you've got to get them deeper. So sometimes they'll, people like Christine, Seth, Barb, they go like a rocket. I got to catch them before they fall out of the chair most of the time, right? Because they're used to going. A lot of people, like Bob, he was expecting a much more intense induction. So when I went here, he was just inside the gate. So I just kept rocking him, kept talking. And you notice what I started doing with my body, how I started doing with my voice. I started becoming very gentle, very lulling, and then I gave him a carrot. And the deeper you go, the more rapidly you get everything you want. You could just feel the back of his neck go, right? Because all an instant and rapid induction is a gateway to another state. It's a gateway to trance. What is a trance? Anybody remember? Two aspects of trance are what? Note you. Not. I didn't say. Well, I got two of you. But anyway, Perry, what's the vital missing component? Narrowing focus of attention combined with? Not a fucking note taker in the place, right? Barb. Compliant. No! Absorption. Okay? Remember, Jesus said it best. Be as little children. Play. Imagine. Pretend. Absorb. Okay? No holding back. To the degree that you hold back, you hold yourself back. You're not holding me back. I know how to do this shit. Right? Be a kid. Play pretend. And you'll be amazed at what you can do. Because when you picked up that stick in the backyard, back when you were playing cowboys and Indians, cops and robbers, whatever it was, you knew the first few moments that you picked up the stick that it was just a fucking stick for the first few minutes. And then, at some point, it was a real gun, there were real bad guys, and they were shooting back. And you were ducking and bobbing and firing. If you were a little girl and you were playing with your teacups or playing Tea Party or Barbies, you knew when you picked up the Barbie, it was just a Barbie for the first 5 minutes. And then all of a sudden, Barbie's talking to you, you're talking to Barbie, and you're having a full-blown conversation. Right? Yeah, that is the process. When you begin the process, you will always know it's imagining until it's not. There will be a transition, and absorption will magnify, and now you're in magic land. Now you're in a place where anything that you can imagine can happen. But you got to go through that little doorway, that place where you know you're pretending, you know it's not quite tangible real, and then at some point the switch will flip and you'll be absorbed. Okay, most of us stop because there's that part of us that knows we're only pretending. And we start to judge ourselves because we know we're playing pretend, and only kids play pretend, right? Now all those voices start, and we don't go further. That's the guardian at the gate. That's one of the fail-safes the universe put on you to make sure you couldn't master it. Okay? There's lots of fail-safes built into the universe, built into the mind, that you have to transcend. And you won't transcend them unless some moron who has no social life like me comes along and says, hey, this is what you need to do. right? How did I discover this? Well, in the martial arts, we have this thing called kata. Kata is about the closest thing to martial dancing you can imagine. It's basically a sequence of movements that are designed to simulate combat. And they taught me about it and all the principles that go into it. And I kind of said, okay. And I did it. But that's not what it taught me. It taught me to do it. I didn't really get this until I was in acupuncture school. And it was time for our Tui Na, I think it was either midterms or finals. You guys know what Tui Na is? Chinese bodywork. I've been in fights, didn't hurt as bad as Tui Na. Okay? And there's only one thing I know that hurts worse than Tui Na, and that's ART, which is what my wife does. Okay? I would rather have a barium enema than have ART, but barium enemas don't really help muscle problems, so I'm kind of stuck. Yeah. But my point is this. It was time for the practical exam. In other words, you had to demonstrate technique. And I was going to be asked to demonstrate, I think, shoulder and hip sequences. I hadn't studied. I couldn't remember what the hell I was supposed to do. So I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at the line. I'm like, how am I going to do this? And I thought, well, I am a hypnotist. What if I just imagine I have a body? It's like, what people don't look at you are talking and doing stuff and think you're psycho. And there's a little, you don't have a little angel and a devil pop up on your shoulder and it's like, do it, pass the fucking test. They're going to think you're weird. They're going to call the cops. Y'all saw that, didn't you? Angel pie. Anyway, so what did I do? I said, you know what? I need the grade. Right? I gained a reputation as a really good body worker. I couldn't walk out of there without an A on the exam. So I imagined the guy in the chair, and I imagined working his shoulder. And I knew I was just going through the motions. And then at some point, I was working on his other shoulder, asking him how it felt, feeling for the range of motion, feeling for the knots. And about 7 or 8 minutes later, I came out of trance with a spray, having broken a sweat, realizing I had done full hip and shoulder on both sides of them and not realized I was not working on somebody. Okay? That's when I realized, oh my God. That's it. You're always going to know when you first begin that you're just imagining. But the more you get the body involved, the more you start going through the motions, mentally and physically, the more rapidly absorption happens. And the nervous system doesn't care if it's a vivid imagination or an actual experience. To the brain, it's the same. Neuroscience tells us the brain cannot make a distinction between a picture of your hero on the wall and having the person actually standing there. And when you have pictures around you of people who you aspire to be like, you perform better. Okay? Not just David making it up. I had the experience, I made the epiphany, and then I found the neuroscience that backed me up later. It's usually how my life works. And I'll make a discovery, I'll work it, I'll keep testing it, and then 3 months, a year, 2 years later, I'll find a journal or a book where it's right there. And it validates my experience. So when you do these exercises, realize, when you first start, you're going to know. Many times. Sometimes you'll just go right into it. You won't care. When you work with clients, that's a great way to inoculate. Because when it happens, and you said it would happen, that increases your level of credibility and authority in their world. The more you can know about a person's experience before they have it, the more power you have. Make sense? All right, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to pick any of the inductions you've seen. They're not rocket science, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to go into stage 2. Well, actually, no, we're going to go into gray room. So you're going to do your instant and rapid induction. You're going to induce, deepen, and I include test with deepen, by the way. So you're always testing to make sure they're complying. And you're going to do your negativity clearing techniques. This is general negativity clearing, okay? The gray room is very, very simple. Most of you have seen the videos, right? For those who might someday view this video, I will go through it really quickly. You have them enter a dome-shaped room. The walls of the room are pearly gray in color, okay? In the center of the room is a glowing orange fire pit. All around the room are bits of paper, squares of paper. Some people like to use tiles. They're more tactile. They like to break them and smash them and do things. But all around the room are these little bits of paper in 2 or more colors. I usually use at least 2 colors. One color represents all the positive aspects of their life, all the things that make them feel good about who they are, that make them strong, confident, certain. The other one represents all the less than positive experiences. Do we need to demo this, by the way? Is this something that we're going to need to demo? How many people here have not seen the gray room? You haven't? Okay, then we have to demo it. Let me walk through the process. Let me finish this real quick. Once they're in the room, you have them go up to one of the papers that represents the less than positive experience. You have them reach out and touch it. As you have them reach out and touch it, you have them notice where in their body they feel it. Again, in our jargon, in our school of hypnosis, we call that creating a somatic bridge. We're bridging between the internal representation and the physical address in the body. We have to create that. As they rip the paper off the wall and they begin to crumple it up, you have them notice how the feeling in the body begins to change as they crumple it. How it begins to tingle or move or whatever it does. Okay? And then you have them walk over, throw it in the fire, watch it burn up, and feel the release of energy. Feel it removed from their body. Feel their unconscious mind purge the experience. And they're left lighter, cleaner, freer. Right? And then you walk them through it 2, 3, 4 times, however many times you need to know they understand what to do. Then you turn them loose. You say, now go through the room methodically, carefully, and Seth had this, even looking behind the positive pieces of paper, because sometimes those things hide. Find every less than positive experience, rip it off the wall, crumple it up, throw it in the fire, notice the release, notice how good you feel. When you know you're done, when you know you're completely cleansed in body and mind, raise that finger up with honest unconscious movements. We'll continue with the next part of our process. Pretty straightforward? Okay. What we'll do now is, do you think you need a demo for this, or can you pretty much figure it out?
I think I figured it out.
Think you can figure it out?
Yeah.
For you guys at home, I'll probably put a little video. I can either refer you to the video online, or I'll come back later and do the gray room anyway. You're going to see it a lot. But that's the process for the gray room. Okay? Very simple, very powerful, very versatile. When we get to the attractivation silos, when we get into more of the therapeutic silos, I'll show you how to stack subsequent gray rooms so that you can go from very vague general negativity clearing and get gradually more targeted to the areas and specifics surrounding a particular issue or an event. This is especially good if you're dealing with some kind of health issue.
Health issues?
Mm-hmm. Like if you're having knee problems or something like that. You go to general negativity clearing, then you'll notice in the back of the room a door, and it takes you to another gray room that has everything to do with all the issues surrounding the knee problem. You go in, they clean out problems with the knee. Now, going back to the finishing up the gray room. Once all of these papers have been burned up, this is the part that gets a little cumbersome, right? All the remaining papers, all the things that represent the good things about you, they begin to glow, they begin to energize, they begin to radiate an internal, inexhaustible energy source in limitless supply. And they begin to expand. They begin to merge into one another, forming almost a sheet of glowing, energetic wallpaper around the entire room. And the glowing orange fire pit begins to intensify, to grow stronger, and it merges with the energy of the room until it becomes like a sun, an inexhaustible source of everything good, strong, powerful, giving you the energy, the perseverance, the resources you need to move forward and feel great, get the life you want, whatever it is. Okay? So the whole idea is once we clear it out, we amplify what's good about us. Turn it into a sun, something that represents unlimited power, unlimited personal resources, energy, everything that makes us feel strong and good about who we are. We circulate it throughout their body. And when they know they've got it in an inexhaustible supply, see how we keep coming back when they know they've got it, when you know you've got it? It's key. When they know it, that means they've satisfied their own expectation. Right? Which means by their standards, their definitions.
And then you then take it to the next room.
Then you could take them to the next room, or if that's the end of the intervention, you bring them out.
You try to go down deeper to the next room? Or
Yeah. Yeah. If there's two ways you can do it. They're not mutually exclusive. You can energize this and then take them down into the next room. So now they're going down with all the resources, more empowered to deal with the next thing. Or you can clean this room out, go down to the next room, clean that room out, start the energizing process, and then generalize it back up. See which one works best. I've done it both ways. Doesn't seem to matter. But every now and then somebody responds. You'll see a difference in the way people respond. That's why it's important to not have your nose in a script when you're doing this work, because you got to watch what they're doing. You got to watch the responsiveness you're getting from the people. And that level of interaction, that level of neurological coherence adds more juice to the system, which makes overwriting their old programming that much easier. Because you're adding your amplitude, your emotion, your energy to their system. Okay? That's the power behind what we do. Make sense? Questions on this?
Do you know to go for another room? Do you need another?
Usually it really is a decision you make, whether you think you need to go deeper. This would be one of the situations where you would be using gray room as your primary intervention. So you've gone through induction, deepen, general negativity clearing, like maybe the universal solvent, or maybe you've done this as your general negativity clearing, and if they've really responded well to this metaphor, this construct, you may want to stay with it, right? And then just get targeted towards the issue, the presenting problem that they came to you for.
Okay, so you find out what the problem.
You would do that in your intake when you're talking to people. What do you want? And we'll spend some time on that. Right now, it's more important that you understand how to get the change, because, like I said before, almost 10 times out of 10, the reason that comes out of their mouth when they walk in your door is not the reason you're going to be there fixing. Okay, it's going to be connected, but it'll almost never be what they think it is. Okay, even when I do shit on myself, the problem I think is what I think it is never what the hell it is. It's like I'm like, this thing comes up. It comes and it goes, and it's like, that was it? That was what was bothering me? I'm making this big image and this whole thing over here, and it was this? What the fuck? WTF, right? Because even though I know how the system works, I'm not immune to my own system, right? I do the same thing you guys do. Many times, why I'm still fucked up, generally speaking, is because what I think is the problem isn't the problem. And it's not until I go looking, using my own techniques many times, and getting my expectations out of the way, that I find the real reason. On some days that's easier than others. If this were easy, everybody would do it. Right? That's what makes you special. You're willing to run into the burning building when everybody else is running out. We have a special name for those people. Suckers. No. Actually, we call them heroes. You're going to save a lot of people. Or if you don't want that kind of pressure, you're going to help them save themselves. But in order to do that, you got to walk the path to whatever degree you're willing to. I think this is, my personal belief is this is a special place. My brother-in-law says, you should start a religion. I was like, no! You think I can make money? No. Right? He says, oh yeah, that can be the Pope, right? In my case, it would be the poop. But Mark used to threaten to start a religion. And I think he's tried on a couple of occasions.
I can get you tax exempt.
I'm ready to an ordained minister. I don't need that shit. Anyway, the bottom line is the real secret to hypnosis, outside of a few key principles, is there are no rules. For many people, that is both a liberating and a terrifying realization. If you can name it and describe it, you can create it. It's that simple. It really is. Okay? So let's break up in that non-matrimonial way. Let's practice 2 or 3 instant and rapid inductions utilizing the principles. Sudden loss of physical and mental equilibrium, sudden startling command, consistent talking, deepen and test, gray room, universal solvent, whatever you want. Okay? But really, really, the emphasis now is mostly on the induction. Getting comfortable just walking up and going, ah! Sleep. Down, deep. Deeper down. 1, 2, 3. Eyes open, wide awake. 10 times better than a moment ago. Right? It's all it is. Just walk up. Oh, I didn't do the shock induction. I did him first. I went, sleep! Which was pretty shocking, right? I have one called the ki induction.
The what?
Ki induction. Japanese ki means spirit yell. It's designed to scare the shit out of the opponent. But basically what I do is I have the person in the chair and I go, sleep! Boom! When I first learned instant and rapid induction was in Vegas. Actually, it wasn't in Vegas. I had learned them before, but I really got the chance to just practice serial rapids. And I have a very loud voice. When I ki, I can knock people over. I have. So I would just sleep, boom, and there was no volume control. Every induction was sleep, boom, sleep, boom. And so I finally got back to Los Angeles, and we were having a sleepwalkers meeting, and Dawn was there. This is before we started dating. And she had found out I was in hypnosis. It fascinated her. And it was my turn to put her into an induction. And I was going to do an instant one. So I went, sleep! And she literally went, and almost fell out of it, like I shot her. You know when you see the cat get electrocuted on the cartoons? But again, so you can do that. I mean, really, once you understand the principle, it's up to your creativity, right? Yeah, I talk too much, but I'm here for the next 3 days, goddammit. Go slam each other into trance. We'll come back.